So who out there is trying to stick with some kind of a New Year's resolution, or maybe, guys, it's been a year since we've been in this lockdown situation or COVID, and a lot of people have found that it's really, really been mentally tough, right, on either their nutrition side, exercise side, taking care of yourself situation, or both. So definitely, it's been a real change for a lot of people. And so I want to talk about that real quick to give you guys four different tools that I really think will help a lot of people. So thanks so much for being here, guys. Again, I'm Beth, and I'm over on HAPS. So if you are not familiar with HAPS, it is a multi-streaming platform. I highly encourage you to download the app. You can click the link in my bio, or I will put the link over maybe on one of the other platforms like Facebook or whatever in the comment section. Hey, Alan. So thanks for being here. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, HAPS, Facebook, and Twitter, Periscope. So a lot of different places. And feel free to leave comments even on the replay. That's one thing that I love about HAPS. You can leave comments and we can still interact even on the replay. So guys, how many of you have you ever been critical of your performance, right? Whether it's even something a long time ago, know what that feeling is to be critical of your performance. A lot of people do this when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to being on a diet, and we kind of beat ourselves up if we did something which we would say is bad. I've definitely done it. Definitely done it. I've been there through a lot of this stuff that I'm talking about, and I'm also working on a lot of this stuff that I talked to you guys about as well. Hey, Albert, good to see you guys. So if you're joining in, please feel free. Let me know where you're coming in from. You can say hi. You can let me know where you're coming in from on whatever platform that you're on. So let's talk about this, because when we're critical of our own performance, we all know that it really takes away from our motivation to actually continue to do whatever it was we were doing. So if you're working out and you've been doing good for 3 or 4 days, and then you lay off a week, and then you're beating yourself up, you are being critical of your own performance, a lot of times that is a distractor and will take you all the way back to just kind of that pre-contemplation stage of where you're really not even thinking about exercise anymore, because you've lost that motivation and that drive, because you're already feeling like that you're not going to be able to do it. So let me know if this is resonating with anybody out there. I am working right now on it's a free certification that I'm getting through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. So it's real exciting. There's about 4 parts to it, and it's on mental toughness. Mental toughness. So that's where I got this information that we're going to talk about today. And boy, have we ever had to be like mentally tough more than ever over this past year. And that's really why they sent this out to a lot of the trainers, so that we can learn about mental toughness and how to encourage either clients, or whether it be performance related, fitness, or nutrition and weight loss. So I really feel like that this information will help you, and I encourage you to take some notes or grab a piece of paper. You're going to want to jot a little bit of this down, all right? And then ask anytime you have questions, please feel free. So we'll talk about 4 key things. 4 key things. The first one is developing mental toughness. You have to learn, and we have to learn, I have to learn more on how to focus, guys. Focus and concentrate. Focus and concentration have a big part of being mentally tough, or play a big part in being mentally tough, because we get so distracted all the time with just what you have going on with your life, and then all the extra noise out there, and then maybe other stuff around, work, family, just whatever. We get so distracted. Hey, from Clearwater, good to see you. It is so easy to get distracted and lose focus and concentration on what you were doing, whether it was, really focusing on, drinking all your water for the day, or making sure that you're getting the right kind of foods in, or making sure you're allowing time to exercise and that kind of thing. So can you guys relate that being able to focus is really challenging? Hey, Ryan, good to see you. Being able to focus these days, guys, is really, really a challenge, and it's really, really critical towards our success. So I encourage you to along with me, to really think about working on it, because I know that, or just start being aware of when you lose focus, because I know I'll be thinking about doing something, and I on my phone for work, or a text or a message, or just all these different things I do to contact clients or whatnot, and I will pick up my phone and I'll see something else there, or I'll see an email, and I'll get distracted within a few seconds, and sometimes even forget what I was getting ready to do when I originally picked up the phone. So can any of you guys relate? Let me know. Let me know if you can relate to this, because that's just one example of how we can kind of get thrown off, and that can, transpire into all kinds of different areas of our life. So this information I was looking at actually says that we really only have the ability to focus on like 7 digits at a time, and like really remember them and be able to repeat them back and all this kind of thing. So what we choose to focus on within a block of time, we have to really, as Cynthia Bazin says, be laser focused. Thank you, Ryan. High five. Exactly. Thank you so much. I appreciate the donations, guys. So let's talk about these little aspects of focus. And I thought this was really good. So take note of this and see where you are when it comes to being able to come back to your center and come back to focus and take your eyes off of all those distractions out there in these regarding these circumstances. So how is your ability to maintain focus after a success or failure? Now, a lot of times when we have a success, it's easier to maintain focus. We're like, oh, we're doing great. I've lost weight this week, or I've achieved this goal with work, or got this grade on an exam, or whatever it might be. And it's easier because we're motivated by that success. But really, how do you maintain your focus, or come back to your center, or think back to your goal and get started again when we have what would be considered like a failure? So that is harder to get back up, right? But we do need to keep getting back up all the time. And anytime we fall down or have what we would consider a failure, we need to get back up, all right, and get back to that focus, get back to that center, and start right again. And don't fall into that self-critical performance that I was saying, where we're criticizing our performance all the time. Wesley, hey, from South Carolina, thanks for coming in. Okay, so Ryan says when he was in the Army, his weakness was while doing the APFT, was running. Anytime I ran by myself, I struggled, but during company, battalion, or 5-grade runs, I'd keep up and be fine. So sounds like, I can't see exactly all that, but it sounds like that when you were with someone else, and maybe that was a good distraction, you were keeping each other focused, that can really help. By yourself, he said he would struggle. So guys, that's why, one reason that I always talk about, having some kind of an accountability partner or a coach that will help you, because you want somebody to be there when you fall, and somebody to celebrate successes too. Okay, because we learn from the failures, and we can get up and do even better as long as we get back up, right? But we have to do that. So let's keep going. What is your ability to recover from unexpected and uncontrollable, um, unusual circumstances that might cause you to be thrown off of your balance, right? So remember, we're talking about mental toughness when it comes to just really life in general, but because I talk about fitness and nutrition, that's where I'm really going with this. So a lot of people, you can have, what if you have an unexpected, something happens over the weekend and everything you were like planning on eating all this healthy food, you had it at home, you were prepared, and then something came up and you had to leave town real quick, you didn't know what you were going to eat, no working out, and you were completely thrown off. How do you maintain focus under those type of circumstances and still, try to do your best? It keeps freezing. Well, hopefully things will and keep working out over on the app. I know sometimes it is freezing for me too, so hopefully you guys can still hear. And if you're over on Periscope, don't click over here. Get over onto Haps because Periscope is transitioning in about 15 days. Okay, 15 days. Now let's talk about the next one. So what is there's a lot of information here. I actually don't think I'm going to get through this in one broadcast because I just don't want to make it too much, but I think it's very helpful. So you can tell me what you think. So what is your ability, this is really good, to ignore typical distractions in the environment? So if you are at home and you are working on losing weight or not eating sugar, and your kids bring in the Girl Scout cookies, or your husband or spouse or family member, somebody else has their ice cream every night and is pulling it out of the freezer. Those can be real distractions, those external distractions that make you want to participate, make you want to have some. How can you focus and stay centered and not let those kind of things distract you and pull you off of that path of commitment towards, staying off of the sugar or trying to. So how do you do that? Think about it. How do you ignore these distractions and stay focused? All right. That's how you start developing this mental toughness and kind of be thinking about this stuff, because this stuff happens to all of us. Now listen to this last one is really good. What is your ability to focus on one's own performance instead of being concerned with someone else's performance? So I know that we all do it. I know I've done it. And the comparison, this person to this person, two people are working out together, she's losing weight, she's not losing weight, or he's losing weight and I'm not, we're doing the same thing, I'm comparing myself to that person. That can be a really, really, really common thing that can definitely play a trick on your mind and cause you to be critical of yourself and, throw someone off of their path towards their goal. So you have to figure out, we're all different. So you can have two people on the same exercise plan, same nutrition plan. Doesn't mean they're going to get the exact same results. So how are you staying focused, if something like that happens? So one of the most difficult situations is when you have to explain to those, such as the family members, that you can't accept or eat what they're demanding to give. Goodness, I can't stand. Yes, Ryan, that's right. And that happens a lot where people in your household might be wanting you to have certain foods or eat with them. Or you feel obligated if you've seen some of our broadcasts where I talk about going to dinners or holidays or whatever, and you feel obligated to eat, you really, really have to mental toughness and say, you know what? No, I'm not letting anyone pressure me. I'm not going to give in to their demands. I'm going to stay mentally strong. And so that's, again, we get really weak a lot of times. We can be weak around food. Other family members or people like that can make us feel weak to where we're like just kind of give in and like, oh, okay. Or, you know, if I'm planning to go to the gym one night instead of going out to happy hour, and a friend is going, no, come on, you know, and then you have to either be mentally strong and say, well, let me work out first and I'll go to happy hour or whatever, and just, you know, really try to stick to, again, stay concentrated and focused on your goal. That's how we start, again, developing that real mental toughness, okay? Mental toughness. Hey, from Columbia. Ridge Spring. I always want to say Spring Ridge, Wesley, but welcome. Welcome again. Thanks. I appreciate you being here. So I think that's really important. These, you know, ignoring those distractions. How do you get focused again? And then not comparing your results or your performance to that of someone else's so that you can stay focused on you and not focus on them and what they're doing. And that is tough. I'm telling you, I mean, again, mental toughness, okay? It's something that we have to develop. And so that's why, again, I'm doing this free little, it's just a little certification on mental toughness. So, and another interesting thing was they said that 5 seconds is the amount of concentration that a thought content can remain, a person can remain on target. 5 seconds. And that we have 4,000, around 4,000 distinct thoughts in a 16-hour day. So we're constantly thinking about this, we think this, and then you're thinking about that. And so, you know, on top of all of these external distractions out there, it's easy for us to lose concentration. And during that time of lost concentration and loss of focus, it's easy to, you know, overeat or do the wrong thing or make the choice that maybe we wish we wouldn't have made and that kind of thing. So just trying to really make sure that you're aware of that can help when it comes to sticking with and adhering to a nutrition plan. And then an example with a workout. This one was really good, talking about losing focus and concentration. There was an example of a man that went to work out, knew that he left the office, had a lot of extra work to do last minute, but had planned to go to the gym. So went to the gym, but all he could think about while he was trying to work out at the gym was the report that was due later that night and how much work he had to do and all this. So he couldn't stay focused on the workout. And so he ended up leaving and just, you know, packing his bags and ditching the workout after about 15 minutes and just going home to work on the report. So they were both important. Obviously, the work is important. Hey, Dean from Portland, good to see you. Okay, Wesley, good. I'm glad. So obviously the work is important, but so is the workout. So he, you know, was trying to work out, but your mind keeps wandering somewhere else, and then it made it just that much more difficult to stay focused on the actual target, the goal, which was getting a workout in and then going home and working on the report. Another important, I've got one more thought when it comes to focus. This took a little longer than I thought. Just focus. Focusing takes longer than I thought to focus. But is maintaining situational awareness. And that is the ability to assess an environmental surrounding, specifically in competitive environments, and make appropriate decisions. Okay, so assessing the environment, making appropriate decisions based on the situation and while under pressure and time demands. Okay, So, being able to make the appropriate decisions, stay on track based on the situation while under pressure and under time demand. So that can all be tough, but again, that's where we have to really focus on each situation. Lorenzo, good to see you from Corpus. Thanks for coming in. Now, this next section we need to go ahead and move on is self-talk, and this one is really good and really important when it comes to maintaining mental toughness. So, what you say to yourself really is related to our performance. If you tell yourself today, I'm going to have a great workout, I know I can do it, I guarantee you're much more likely to be able to do it than if you say, well, I don't know if I can do this, it's going to be really hard, and I'll try. Now, you may get it done under both circumstances, but you're more guaranteed, and there's tons of studies on the positive self-talk, so I'm not going to go into all of that, but it's directly related with our ability to be able to do certain things and achieve certain goals and tasks. So, really watching what we're saying to ourselves. That internal self-talk can be very damaging for a lot of people, especially I hear it all the time with, weight loss and feeling like they can't, and a lot of the words that we shouldn't say, the negative words, and I say them too. So no judgment, but so 3 types of self-talk that were mentioned is motivational, instructional, and negative. So the 2 we want to focus on the most that are positive are motivational, which is focuses on increasing energy and effort and a more positive outlook, such as I can do it, I know I can do it, just hang in a little longer, you got this. I mean, whatever you want to say, those kind of things that you hear. There's all kinds of motivational stuff out there, but a lot of it is even saying it, guys, even if you don't believe it. If you don't believe it yet, just still say it, and then maybe you'll start to believe it. But if you don't say it, you're never going to believe it. Just, the chatter in yourself, your head, you should say this stuff really, repeat it out loud. Okay? I can do it. And tell yourself that every day. We all need to do that. I need to do it more too. Yes, high five. Thank you. High five to you. Thank you so much. Instructional self-talk. Instructional self-talk is good. So this helps us focus on the technical or task-related aspects of performance in order to improve execution. So I give instructional self-talk all the time. Hey, Mike, good to see you. To my clients on Zoom. Back is straight. Abs are engaged. Sit the hips back. Press overhead. I mean, whatever it is. So instructional self-talk. Keep your eyes on the ball, or keep your eyes on the healthy food, or don't walk down the candy aisle at the grocery store, or stay away from the bakery section at the supermarket. Just stay focused and concentrate. So start thinking about some of those stuff we talked about too, and then give yourself some positive instructions on what you know that you should do that's going to help you to achieve your goal. All right, so the motivation, the self-pep talks, and then instructional. And another example I remember it was giving, and this has to do with situational awareness, is that it was talking about walking into a buffet. If you're going to be going to a buffet and you're on a nutritional weight loss program, walking into a buffet, you've got to do a lot of be aware of your situation. So situational awareness, you got to do a lot of concentrational focus, and you've got to do a lot of motivation and instructional self-talk so that you can really stay focused on what you're doing, because you're going to be walking in there. You got to tell yourself ahead of time, I'm only going to go to the buffet one time. I'm going to stay away from the dessert bar. I'm going to enjoy some, healthy proteins and as many vegetables as I can eat, and just kind of give yourself some instructions of what to do and not to do based on your desires, your results. Hey, Lorenzo, I can do it. I can do it. Choo, choo, choo. Hey, Heavenly Dew. Hey, from Dallas. Thanks for coming in. So, negative self-talk, guys. How many of you have ever done this? Negative self-talk is critical, self-demeaning, and gets in the way of reaching our goals. And I've definitely done that. It produces anxiety and is counterproductive. And so it's easy to say, oh, I can't, that was stupid. I can't believe I did that. Or I can't believe I, ate that. Or why did I eat all of this food? Or why did I eat that ice cream? Or why did I do this or that? And beat ourselves up. And you've heard me talking about that stuff before. It's so easy to do. But if you hear yourself doing that, we got to get out of that. Say some positive things to ourselves, start focusing and concentrating again, and get back on the track. So those doing that will help you adhere and stick with that exercise program, and help you stick with that nutritional plan. And so focus, concentration, and self-talk. The third thing, and we'll go through this one pretty quick, guys, is having a routine. That was the other thing in developing mental toughness that was really, really important, was having a routine can help a person focus and concentrate, and is extremely important in mentally preparing yourself for what's going to come next in your day, or for being able to stay on target towards your goals for that day with your food or your exercise and that kind of thing. So I want to ask you, what kind of routines do you have? What kind of, a lot of people have some kind of a morning routine and then an evening routine. And so think about that, because when we're on a routine, it does three things. It helps a person to be able to transfer attention from one activity to the next. So you have your routine in the morning, you do all your getting dressed, hopefully eating, maybe you take off for work for the day, and then you've got your kind of some routines at work, and you do all of those, and you're not still thinking about stuff at home, you're at work, and then you go, you kind of transfer your attention. And I found for me, like, I don't have a set times of when I eat, and so that I'm realizing that I don't have any kind of schedule really around eating, because my schedule changes a lot. So that doesn't make it as easy for me. It makes it a little bit harder with the attention on, what I'm going to eat when and how much and all that. But the other thing that having a routine does, it increases the likelihood that you will not be distracted, and allows you to stay, not saying to say more automatic. Okay, it becomes natural. It becomes a routine. You get up in the morning. I have to put my contacts in. I get up in the morning, do things, put my contacts in. It's just automatic. Things are just automatic. Automatically get some water first thing in the morning, or you automatically maybe get up immediately and do a devotion, or you automatically go to the gym or go home to work out after work. Okay, it becomes a routine. And then that is really good, because it becomes automatic, and that's how it can start to become a lifestyle. I mean, just like putting cream in your coffee, just something that you automatically do, and that can help you stay on target. And then the third thing that a routine does is it helps to give some sense of control, okay, over the circumstance. So having a routine and a schedule is really, really important for helping at least to some degree, eliminate a lot of distractions. So it's a lot harder when people don't have. That's why a lot of people really got thrown off a year ago. Lorenzo, it's been a year, okay, since we had the first starting the lockdown or closures. I remember it'll be a year next week that the gyms closed. A year. So my routine with going into the gym on certain days was disrupted. And then, I figured out after about a week what all I was going to do. And then I got with it. For a few days, I was really thrown off because I was like, what am I going to do? Everything's so thrown off. The routine, like the whole day was completely disrupted for everybody because your job was closing or your child's school was closing or whatever. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. So the last thing I want to talk about, and this has been 30 minutes, so let me hurry because I want to get off and let you guys go. And if you're just joining in, we're talking about mental toughness and how to get the mindset to stick with fitness, nutrition, healthy lifestyle, healthy habits. It all really starts in the mind, and you've got to work on developing that mental muscle and developing what's called mental toughness. And so the fourth thing is self-monitoring. So that's observing your own behaviors in some type of systematic way so you can produce more desirable results. So I love for my clients to, keep what they're eating in an app, MyFitnessPal, or write down what days are you going to exercise. Let's get a schedule established and then write down what you did. And then that way, going back and looking at the food log or your exercise calendar or how many calories you burned or whatever it is you're tracking, your water for the day will help you to enhance concentration, focus on the fact that, hey, I am or I'm not meeting that behavior or that desired behavior, and help you to ultimately stick with it more because you are becoming more aware, you're focusing, you are giving yourself that positive instructional feedback, and you are staying on track. Okay, I'm losing my battery, so it's probably time for me to go. So let me know if you have any questions. In quick summary, like I said, concentration is a critical skill for achieving and attaining mental toughness. Concentration, the awareness and of what is relevant, and that's another thing. I didn't touch on all of that because there's so much information just on like concentrating. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't concentrate on all the information they're giving me about concentration. So it's a lot of information, but I'm just kind of giving you guys a summary. But talking about relevant cues and irrelevant cues and just all this stuff. So, trying to stay focused on what's important, what's going to actually get you where you need to go, and then taking your mind off of, as much as you can, those things that are distractors. And you can, you can get there, guys. That'll be it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. That was a lot. Gosh, I was looking at this and I was like, I didn't think it would take that long to talk about all that, but it's really, guys, I mean, that's one thing when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to adhering to an exercise program and really translating it into a real lifestyle. A person has to be really focused. They got to get that mental mindset. And that's the one thing that I know distracts all of us from all kinds of things. And boy, has this ever been a year, last year, and even some into this year. We're already 3 months into this year. a time of distractions and a time when we've had to really develop mental toughness, whether it was with your health goals or not. Put your eyes on the mark that we want to reach exactly and stay laser focused, as Cynthia would say, guys. And that's what it's really about, because I know it's easier said than done. I hope this has been helpful. Hey, Kev, good to see you. I think that's you. So, look, guys, join me over on HAPS. Click the link and download the app. It's free, it's fun. You can, sometimes there's ways to earn cash. It's really cool. It's another way to live stream and meet new people, see all kinds of different content. And if you're new to my broadcast, again, I'm Beth. I've been in the fitness industry for about 22 years now, and I do weight loss coaching, personal training, group personal training. Most all that is online now through Zoom, right here in my living room, which makes it really fun. I show you how you can get healthy at home and reach your goals. So reach out to me, subscribe, follow, and let's get connected. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Take care. Thanks for coming in.